Hey guys, Stoney Creek here. I'm getting ready to run out to the pasture. You got to take a bale of hay out there. I've also got the truck loaded up with water. So stay tuned. Head out there with me. I'm going to tell you about my trip and show you what we got. Hey guys, welcome back. We got the hay bale obviously unloaded. Got water draining here. While that water's draining, let me tell you a little story. This past weekend, I drove out to Knoxville, Tennessee. I left Thursday morning, and driving out there, and I know, why am I driving out there? You gotta wait till that part of the story. So anyway, I'm driving out there, driving across I-40, get through Arkansas, just east of Little Rock a little bit, and I'm hoping this editing's going to work out, but I ran into this overturned semi-trailer. Wouldn't you know it, 45 minutes just to get around that joker. I don't think anyone was hurt. I saw the driver standing up, walking around when I finally got by him there. But that slowed me down. Then I get out to Memphis, and I guess there's West Memphis, which is in Arkansas, and then an East Memphis, which is in Tennessee. Those two places, I thought it was the craziest place ever to drive through. If a person with an Etch-a-Sketch could make a more squirrely line, that's what they used to lay out that city. So anyway, I made it through Memphis, and I'm still heading east out on I-40, and I've decided that they need to change the name of I-40, the I-40 corridor, to the I-Construction corridor. Now, the most unique thing I've ever seen in the state of Tennessee, which is actually in any state, and I thought Oklahoma was bad for having construction out of it, but the state of Tennessee has more construction than I have ever seen. Now, the anomaly with this state, they have more one lanes on a two-lane highway. They've got more construction cones, but you know what I didn't see? Workers. Now, someone from Tennessee, put down there in the comments, how's that happen? You've got all that road construction up, you've got all those triangles up and cones and everything, making it into one-lane traffic. There wasn't one worker out there. I don't know what was going on. I didn't see any going out. I didn't see any workers working on my way out there. Didn't see them on my way back. One thing I did see though was a lot of your highway patrol. So if you're driving through Tennessee, you better knock down that speed a little bit. So anyway, made it through Memphis, and I'm coming up on Nashville. Well, I'll tell you what, I've been known to watch TV a time or two, and all the things I saw in Nashville, I'm thinking this is going to be a good old boy town. It's going to be nice country. Everyone's going to be polite. You know, here in Oklahoma, we'll drive and we'll see someone. If it's someone we know, we give them kind of a whole hand wave, and we're driving along. But if it's someone we don't know, we're just going to be courteous. We're going to give them a one finger wave like this. You know, you're just driving along, and you're like, oh, hey, how's it going? And that's kind of how that goes. Well, I'll tell you what, Nashville, Tennessee, they do a one finger wave too, but it isn't this finger right here. I'll tell you that right now. So anyway, driving through Nashville, you better watch out going through that city as well. Well, anyway, finally made it to Nashville and ended up my destination, Knoxville, Tennessee. Got out there a little bit, sorry, a hound here's messing with me. Anyway, got out there about 3 hours later than what I was hoping. Gonna end up at this one park, all the gates are locked. Ended up just meeting some folks at the hotel. So anyway, what am I doing out there in Knoxville, Tennessee? Well, there's a goat auction out there. It's an annual goat auction and convention. So I went out there, and one of my friends knew that I was going out there, and he had sold he had sold a goat, and met some people out there in Tennessee who bought that goat. So I was the goat taxi. I was go-to Uber service, but I'll tell you what, I met some awesome friends doing that. And if you guys are watching right now, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you guys putting up with all my text. I'm in construction again. Holy cow, there's a semi turned over. Anyway, met some awesome friends out of the deal, but got that goat delivered, and there's a happy family over that. Or actually two happy families over that. So I spent the weekend in Knoxville. That was a Thursday night. Friday, had a pretty good time, a lot of good workshops. Learned a few things, got a few things re-embedded in the old noggin that I thought I knew. Now Friday night, I think that you learn the most when you just hang out with other goat producers. We're hanging out there in the hotel parking lot, and that's where the real learning goes. But I'll tell you what, I met a lot of good folks out there. Now right now you're asking yourself, you know, Stoney, why in the heck didn't you bring a camera? Well, that's actually for another story, but for the real quick of it, my wife was using the camera here at home. She's building a computer. She's going to start her own YouTube channel, so she's using it for that. I'll tell you more about that later on. But while we're talking about cameras, I'm going to tell you something else too. I was humbled at the amount of people that come up to me and like, Stoney, where's your camera? We watch your channel all the time. We figured you'd be out here with that camera. And I will tell you, I had no clue that so many people in the goat community watch my videos. So hopefully I keep on doing the right thing, and you know, I certainly appreciate you watching, and appreciate y'all coming up. You know, you certainly humbled me doing that, but I wanted to give a big shout out to all of you. I know that you know, some of you I met for the very first time, and I've never seen any comments down below. At least say a howdy, so I know to look for you. But I just appreciate you, so I want to give a shout out to all of you that came up to me. But anyway, that's the story why I don't have a camera. So Saturday, well actually I take it back, about Friday afternoon, and went in to look at all these goats. Now I'm going to tell you, I didn't go out there to buy a goat. I went out there to deliver a goat, and either hang out with friends that I've already made. You know, we only see each other once a year or twice a year at different auctions, and hook up with new friends, you know, meet new people I've met on Facebook or whatnot. And I'll be honest with you, wife asked me not to bring a goat home, and I wasn't intending on bringing a goat home. But Friday afternoon, I went out there. I went out to the goat barn, and they've got aisles and aisles of goats. And about midway down this aisle, it was lot 10 as a matter of fact, this one goat just stood out. And she caught my eye right then, and I'd look at her, and I'd walk down up the aisles and down the aisles, and I'd go back and I'd look over at her some more. And I thought, you know, I would love to have this goat in my herd, but I thought she was just going to be out of my price range. I ended up meeting the seller of that goat, and I spoke to him for a while. I spoke to his dad, and it's, you know, made me like that goat even more, but I just didn't think I was going to be able to afford her. So that was Friday afternoon. Well, then come Saturday morning, same thing. I go through and I look, and gosh darn, I like the looks of that goat. Didn't think I was going to be able to get her. So come Saturday about noon, I actually, well, not this truck, but I loaded up my truck, got all packed up. I didn't even bring in the sales catalog, but because what my intent was, I was going to stay to that auction long enough to get through lot 10. I wanted to see who bought her and what she brought. I was going to go ahead and jump in the truck and head back home. You know, 13-hour drive, I'm getting too old to be on the roads too long at night and that sort of thing. But anyway, she came up on the auction block, and there's some bidding going back and forth, and I didn't jump in, and all of a sudden the prices just halted at a number, and I was amazed. So I raised my hand that one time, and anyway, I brought her home. So I'm going to show you what she looks like here in a minute. So anyway, got her loaded, came home. Last 40 miles, we haven't had any rain out here in Oklahoma forever. Last 40 miles, it was monsoon. I was driving 20 miles an hour in a 70-mile-an-hour road. It was windy. Finally made it home about 3:30 in the morning. I know that doe was pretty happy that I finally got pulled over. But anyway, made it home fine on Sunday. So I'm also saying all that to say this. One of the reasons I haven't been on YouTube, and it took me a while to answer some of the comments from that last video that I posted on Thursdays, because I was on the road, I didn't have my computer with me and that sort of thing. But anyway, let me grab the camera. We're going to run out back. I want to show you that little doe. Pretty proud to have her out here. Right now we've got our goats doing cleanup duty. They're not in the main pasture, they're in what we call the airlock. It's getting a little bit overgrown, so we've got them out here grazing today. Let me show you what we got, and I'm going to try to find that doe. So you can see the doe herd. This isn't the doe that I bought, but this is one of our additions you saw in an earlier video. This is Old Blue. She's still growing. She's still super nice doe. I really like her. Actually, I like all my does, don't get me wrong. But she is there. I was going to point her out. Have an acrobat up there. I'm going to stop right here and zoom in. She's not the wildest goat we've got, but she's still getting used to us. Yeah, let me see if I can get up there a little bit more. This doe right here is our new addition. Let me set the camera down so I'm not wiggling so bad here. Hopefully she'll stay put. Now this is a yearling doe. She comes from ALA Miss Kiko Farms. Miss Kikos farm. Sorry about that. And I'll put, of course, in the description, I'm going to talk all about her. But as a yearling doe, she's a 100% New Zealand Kiko. She comes to us weighing 103 pounds. And I talked to the breeder of her on the phone after I got her home. I talked to him Monday night. Now you can see there's still some headbutting going on around here. And he said the dam weighs 127 pounds, so I'm super excited to get her. This camera's not going to do her justice. But if you can kind of imagine a block, if she wasn't walking right up on me. Little girl, hold still there. To kind of imagine a square. Like I say, this video is not doing her any justice at all, but she's a walking brick. She's a brick with legs. I really liked her. She's super long. She's got a wide depth, and I know my fingers look a little funny right now. She's out there a little ways. When you look at her from the front, you make a fist like this, they won't touch inside those front legs. And that's one of the things that just really impressed me, was her front end. And then when you hold your hands like this across her loin, you can hardly touch either side of her short ribs there. And as a yearling doe, she just super impressed me, so I had to bring her home. She's running down there with the herd. She doesn't want to be by herself. Let's see if we can go sneak up on her a little bit more. I don't know if y'all have ever tried to film goats before, but I'm going to liken it to herding cats. So I apologize now, I can't keep the camera right on her, but I'm going to do my best. You just have to stick with me here. And even through here, it's kind of hard to see that she's just a super, for a yearling again, she's just a super wide doe. Just let you watch goats here for a little bit. I don't know about y'all, but I could just sit and watch goats all day. I certainly enjoy them. You can see here, of course, we've got our guardians right in the middle of it. I don't see how folks can have goats or goats like we've got and not have guardians. We're out here in coyote country, bobcat country. We sure enjoy having our guardians out here. Now there is one thing that I would mention, because a lot of you might be kind of cringing right now, so I'm going to tell you a little something. Typically when you get a new goat, you are going to quarantine that joker. You're going to keep it quarantined for about 30 days before you enter it into the herd. Now you're probably wondering, oh, here she is coming right up to us. Now you're probably wondering why we didn't quarantine. And it's pretty simple. All my paddocks are full right now. We've weaned the little boys. They're off, they're actually my quarantine paddock. We thought we were going to have those sold last weekend, and they didn't all get sold, so they're still in the paddock. There she is. I'm going to stop just a second. Look how wide that brisket is. And she got knocked by one of the older does. She's actually a pretty sweet doe. Sweet temperament wise. So anyway, going back to the quarantine. Typically we would quarantine. I'm just out of space. But I'll tell you, I did check her over real well before we put her out here. Checked her eyelids for the Fumancha score. I've checked her gums. We've even checked her fecal matter. Looked at her hooves for any hoof scald. Checked her over for any type of external parasites. And I might be doing the gamble here, but we're going to hope that she's healthy, and we went ahead and just threw in with the herd. From what I can see, she's a super healthy animal, and you can tell that that's not a bucket fed animal right there. That's farm raised forage. So she's just a super healthy animal. Coming from Alabama, hopefully she can adjust to this Oklahoma temperature, Oklahoma grasses. Of course, it's a lot different than what they have down there in Alabama. Temperature's different, humidity's different, grasses are different, but I think she's a good sturdy doe that's gonna do well out here. I probably don't talk about our goats enough, but for those of you that's fairly new to the channel, these are Kiko goats. We raise both registered commercial Kiko. Well guys, I'm gonna appreciate you watching. And over on the side there, I'll put a link to more of our Kiko goat videos. I'll also put a link to operating that hay spike. I know some folks might be watching this for the first time and like to see that thing more in action. Oh, and before I forget, consequently, today happens to be our anniversary. Wife down there. We've been married 11 years today, so I'm just going to do a shout out to the wife so I don't have to sleep on the couch. So happy anniversary. Hope you know, it's been 11 great years, and we're looking for a whole bunch more. So anyway guys, I appreciate you, and until next time, we'll see you next video.